Good morning, YouTube. I am Bearded Ink, and no, really, I am. I I am Bearded Ink. I really am. Okay, there we go. So, SnapCam tutorial today. Obviously, as you just saw, you can have SnapCam in 2025, and we're going to show you exactly how. A couple of things we need to realize though is what is SnapCam and what happened to it. So in January of 2023, the SnapCam server shut down for good. Prior to that, you could have filters on your SnapCam uh, that you could put on your desktop, run through OBS or Discord or whatever, and have filters like you just saw. You could create your own filters and things like that. But for whatever reason, the uppers at Snapchat decided that they were no longer going to support the server that housed the SnapCam and SnapCam filters and shut it down. Prior to that January shutdown, though, a Twitch streamer by the name of Jaku, who is a Twitch partner, uh, decided to take matters kind of into his own hands and did a complete backup of the SnapCam and the filters at that point, which we will kind of talk about in a moment. And then decided that once the server shut down, he was going to have his server uh, house the SnapCam filters and everything for people to continue to use. It's been 2 years. We're still up and running, but a lot of people don't know about it and they see it and they want that. So we're going to show you how to do that. But before we go in, because you are going to have to download, you're going to have to use third-party sites to download the files what we need. We're going to have to do basically a rewrite of the snapcam.exe file. So if you're a little bit worried about that, let's first talk about who Jaku is. Now, like I mentioned before, Jaku is a Twitch partnered streamer. Um, and you might be familiar with some of his other work. For example, if any of you played Animal Crossing at any time and you know about the website turnip.exchange, that's Jaku. Um, if you have ever used MultiQ or the Twitch extension OneUpCoin, which is a Bitcoin donation application, that's Jaku. Jaku is a certified white hat hacker. He is very noted in the hacking community. He actually runs ThoughtCon, which is a hacking conference held in Chicago. Um, and for those of you that still are unaware, I'm sure you've heard of crowd control. Crowd control is a Twitch extension that allows your viewers to take control of your game and make things happen. Jaku is responsible for crowd control as well. So this isn't going to be a nefarious thing. It isn't a malware thing. It isn't a spy thing. There's no reason for Jaku to jeopardize everything else that he has created and worked for a simple webcam filter. So don't worry, but there are other nefarious people out there, so we do need to do some checks. So here's what you're going to need. Let's go take a look over here and just get right into it basically, okay? So first thing you're going to need is the Snap Camera program, and you're going to need to download it and install it. But unfortunately, SnapCam servers are no longer in existence. So you're going to have to go to a third-party website to get a archived copy of it. And there are currently 3 that I know about that are trusted to give you the correct file. There is Up to Down, which you see here. There is FileHorse, and then there is installkey.pl. And all links to all 3 of these sites will be in the description below so that you can grab the one that you like. I just went ahead and grabbed the one from Up to Down. You scroll down here, big green download button. You download it. If you go to FileHorse, you just click the Start Download here, the green button there. And then if you are on InstallKey, you just do the little orange download button here. Once you have that downloaded to your desktop or wherever you have your downloads go to, you're going to want to run an MD5 file checksum. And basically what this does is it compares the files in that zip file or in that exe file before you unpack it, before you install it, to make sure that it is exactly right. Now, there is a checksum that you need to look for and we will cover that in just a second. So there a link in the description below to the Checksum, and when you click on that, you'll be brought to this website here. And all we want to do here is we want to go ahead. Let me zoom in for you real quick here. We're just going to click in this input section. We're going to click on the little file thing, and then we're going to find the download that we just did, the SnapCam 1.2.1.exe. We're going to click on that and click open. It's going to bring it in, and then it's going to give us an output. And this checksum right here, this long hash of letters and numbers, needs to match exactly what you have, what I have put in the description below, and what you will see on the screen there. If you do this and it does not match, the file that you downloaded has been tampered with by somebody else, and they've probably added something to it, and that you don't need. So I would remove that download from your computer, go to one of the other websites and download it there. But as you can see here, we have the output of the hash sum, the one I got from up to down. It is exactly right. So we are good basically to go for the rest of the install. Okay, so now what we want to do, let me zoom back out here, is we want to go to the SnapCam installer, and you want to double click on it, and you want to run that installer. So you're going to say yes. It's going to bring up the wizard here, and you're just going to go through and you're going to do everything. Now, I'm not going to go through the actual install because I have already installed it. So I'm just going to go ahead and cancel right here, but let it run and let it install. And when it does, you're going to find that you have a new folder here in your programs, in your program files. And if I zoom in for you, if we go to our program files, you scroll down until you find Snap Inc. You go inside here. There is your Snap Camera. You're going to go into here, and then you're going to have a whole bunch of directories, a whole bunch of files. So you scroll down until you see snapcamera.exe. Now we're going to go ahead and double click on this just once. When you open this up for the first time, you're going to see that the webcam is there, but there are absolutely zero filters. There are zero things that you can do, nothing you can do. Even if you type into the search box to look for a filter, it shows nothing because this exe is still trying to connect to the Snapchat servers. So what we have to do now is we have to go to the third website, which will be in the description below. And this is go to Snapchat Reverse. This is a Jaku's website. And you're going to come to this page here. Let me just zoom out a little bit. Basically, it just looks like this. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on Choose File. You're going to browse to your program files. You're going to go to that Snap Inc. folder. You're going to go into the Snap Camera, and then you're going to look for the snapcamera.exe, and you're going to click on Open. You're going to make sure that the patch file version number here is the 1.21 because that is what we have downloaded. The other option is 1.19, but that one is outdated and was outdated before SnapCamera shut down. So we want the 1.21, and then you're going to come down to the very bottom and you're going to click on Apply Patch. Okay, and then what it's going to do is it's automatically going to save you a new file called SnapCamera Patch .exe, and you're going to just click on save wherever you can get to that at, somewhere like on your desktop. And then we're basically done with the websites that we have to go to. So now we can just work on our PC. So now you see we have the SnapCam patch here over here. This is the one we just downloaded from Jaku's website. And we're just going to drag this into the folder with the other SnapCam. Click on yes, we want to go ahead and do that. And then what we want to do is we see that it is capital S, capital C, there's a space between. What we're going to do is we're going to right click on the SnapCam exe that already exists. We're going to rename this one. And all we want to do is just rename it something like old, okay? Or underscore old or bad, something so it's not going to look for when you run the program. And then we have to rename the patched exe to match what the original one was. So it's already got the Snap Camera with the space and the capitalization. So we just need to remove the space and the patch. So we're going to go ahead and rename here. And then we're just going to delete everything up to the camera so that when we have it done, say continue, we have snapcamera.exe. And now you can click on this and it will open up SnapCam. So there it is. There's SnapCam. And as you can see, there are the filters. You have a little donate to Jaku button here. This shows you what his current costs are to run the server, how many people are using it, which is quite a bit. And now you're one of them. So if you want to throw Jaku a couple bucks to make sure that the server stays open, that is highly recommended. It doesn't unlock anything extra for you or anything like that. But let's talk about snap filters now. So if you've never used SnapCam before, basically it's just a bunch of filters. Usually most of them were made by corporations or by users of Snapchat. And then you can go in through and change your filter on your webcam to represent. So like the devil horns is a popular one, and you just click on it, and as you can see, it automatically applies it to your webcam or the SnapCam. Okay, there are a couple of settings that we can do. So if we go into the top right up here, you'll see that there's the settings here. You want to pick your web camera. So right now I'm using the C920 from Logitech. But you can pick whatever camera you have, which is your main camera. You can pick your resolution. So there's the 720 and the 1080. If you do change this and you already have an application that's using the camera open, you will need to restart that program. So like in OBS, if you change this, you can use your microphone because some of the filters do have microphone effects. You can run it on startup. You can flip your preview, apply retouching, show the snap code overlay, and optimize it for green screens. And then you have some set basic hotkeys that you can use and set them here if you like. Once you have those, we just click on back. And now, basically, we can just look for our filters. So if you have a favorite one, like I think one of the most popular ones was My Twin, and it turned you from male to female or female to male, and it made you very pretty. So you could be very pretty or very handsome, whatever. But basically, you just have fun with it. You can search for them if you know their name. If you don't, we're just going to clear this out. Let me put this filter back on. And you see that there's categories here. There's the top ones from the community. So you can just kind of scroll through and look for any filter you like. Like for example, we have, let's see, let's show some more. So we got some cute ones here. We can look for cute ones, right? And then all you got to do is just pick on them. And now I'm a big coffee bean. And that, you can you can scroll through. You can do, here we go, heart blush with a little hearts on your face, you know. But let's say you have some that you like. Okay, we like this coffee bean one here. If you look up close in the top right, when you hover over it, there's a little star. And if you click on the star, it'll put it up here. It'll add it to your favorites. So here's all my favorites, right? There's the alien you saw in the beginning. There's the corn, right? We have googly eyes, right? We have the sugar face. This is one of my favorite ones here. This guy here. People hate this one for some reason, but I love it. It's my favorite. But basically, you add them here to your favorite. Now, instead of having to open Snap Camera, which it does need to be open to run, but it stays minimized in your system tray, you can set these two hotkeys. So if you click the little keyboard up here, you can see here we have some hotkeys. Now, by default, it does require either Alt, Shift, or Control key, and you can't just do a single key. So like I can't just enter F6. So, but I could do like Control and say F2, right? And then now if I click on save, and then we can come back and close out of here. Now, if I click Control F2, I'm going to turn into the coffee bean. Easy as that. So that's all you have to do really to do that. Is set those hotkeys on your ones that are on your favorites, as you saw that I did there for all of mine. And if you don't like a hotkey or want to change it or whatever, you can just delete it. It's gone. That hotkey no longer exists. And if you don't want the filter in your favorites anymore, you just hover over it and click the little star again, and then it gets removed. Super simple program to use, right? Very, very easy. But now we're basically done with that. So let me show you what we can actually do with this in OBS. All right, so now that we're in OBS, let's go ahead. What we're going to do is we're going to add a new video capture device. So let me come down here in the sources, whatever scene. So like I have my camera scene here, but we're just going to go ahead and do it here. You're going to you're going to click on the little plus symbol and you're going to go to video capture device. You're going to give it a name. We can just name it SnapCam for now. We're going to say OK. And then the device that it's going to capture, when you do a drop down, you will see that Snap Camera is now an option. So if we click on Snap Camera, there you see it pops up right there. Okay. And then we can, once again, we can just test it. There's our hotkeys we're using for our different filters, right? And then we can, of course, go back to normal. And then you say, OK. And there it is. So now you have Snap Camera as your webcam in OBS. And then, of course, as you can imagine, there's so much you can do with this. So, for example, in StreamerBot, you can set up, for example, let's just cover a couple of things. In StreamerBot or Mix It Up Bot or Firebot or any of those, you can set up a command here. Like I have the corn and the googly eyes and my favorites here set. Here's all the hotkeys that are set for them, and the trigger is a channel point redeem. So now on my stream, I have channel point redeems where people can come in, click the channel point redeem, and it'll automatically press those hotkeys that I have for the different filters and apply that filter so that I don't have to do anything manually, and it all happens organically. So let me just do that for you. If we go over here and we're just going to do alien, we're going to click on alien, and then it redeems, and now I'm an alien, right? And then this one will run for 2 minutes, and then it will default back to the default filter, which I can just hotkey that over right away there for you. But that's it, really. I mean, super simple. With the SnapCam in OBS, again, you can set this to run as a command, like an exclamation point alien could change you to the alien. It could be a channel point redeem. You can have it set to the point system if you're using the point system, like if you're over on YouTube streaming. The possibilities are near endless. And of course, you can set these also to other actions and have like a chain reaction event of cycles that go through and end up with some cool filters or whatever. So there you go. Let's just get back out of here. And let's just call it a day here on the SnapCam filter, because it's super simple, super easy. But if you do have any problems with the install or verifying the checksum or anything like that, leave me a comment in the description down below and we'll get you sorted. And then, of course, leave a comment also when you do use it. I want to see what you use it for other than just like a channel point redeem to change the filter. If you do something really exceptional with the SnapCam filters, let me know. One thing I do want to cover is that not every filter that was available on Snap Camera back in 2022 and that before the shutdown in 2023 is going to be in here. Now, Jaku was able to back up over 100,000 different filters, but some were still created. I think he did the start of the backup in November of 2022. So any filters that were made after that, before the shutdown in January 2023, are not going to be in there. He was able to look up, or he was able to back up some of the filters that were like specialized. You had to have a specific invite code or a link to get them. And if you still have the link or the name of that filter, like the My Twin was one of them that we looked at, you can just type that in the search bar or paste that link in the search bar and it should be there. But with over 100,000 different filters, I'm sure you're going to find one that you can use and will be able to use. So just the few that weren't able to be there, they're not ever going to really be able to be recovered because those servers are now gone. But we have enough now that we can definitely do stuff with, and you can have a lot of fun with it with you and your community. So there you go. If you found this useful, give me that little thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hi, I'm Bearded Ink. I'm glad you're here. If you want to learn more and see other tutorials or find out when I go live, click that little subscribe button down below. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel like I have friends, and I appreciate you. But we're going to leave it at that. Go enjoy SnapCam. We'll see you next time. And until then, love, peace, and chicken grease.